on our way to a mine, but I couldn't help but stop and take a video of the crazy light out here. It really is as black as it looks. Those mountains, the camera's doing a good job capturing the light right now. Those mountains are as black in person as they look on the video. That's crazy. Pretty big storm moving in. Alright, just crawled through the portal and we're already into a junction. We've got stuff going off to the right, stuff going straight, and stuff going off to the left. Looks like there's a workbench over there. It's kind of cool. You guys want to do a left-hand rule on this one?
Sure.
Doing the left-hand rule. Looks like this might have been an air door I just walked through. There's that workbench. Nothing left on it. Looks like KDU is here, and that's it. The rodents obviously enjoy this mine as well. Take a closer look at this on the way out, and it was not a workbench, actually. You can see where there was a spool here, and this was actually used for measuring and cutting fuse cord. They would run the fuse out, and there would be predetermined lengths, and then you can see on this block right here where it would be cut. So this is for cutting fuse. So next one to the left would be straight, which is this way. That's it?
That was really boring.
Dead end, huh?
90 degrees to a dead end.
Oh, well.
Trick with a trick and a brick.
I'm going to show people because they won't believe me otherwise. And there it is, dead end. All right, so we've got left to go. KJD 15. Those could be old survey marks. I suspect they are. Yeah. I think that's KUD. I don't know. That said KUD 12. I don't know if those are survey marks or what, but I think they're survey marks based on it being illogical for them to be something else. Kind of meandering through here, convoluted anthill of a mine. I'm glad I got the knee pads. So they're still crawling that way. Little exploratory raise right here. And then I'm gonna crawl through and join those guys there. Just crawled through there. Opened up to the chamber here. All kinds of stuff is delaminated. And then over here, it's supposed to be a winze. Just crawled through that. You can see the mineralized rock here. Little pocket there. This is really crumbly. You can see how much stuff has come down. Where we're walking used to be a normal drift level, and now we're just kind of, well, you can see where we're stumbling and staggering through. It's not fun. I'm gonna put the camera away and pick up somewhere over there. We just came through that direction, crawling through all that mess, which wasn't fun. And now you stand up straight. There's hook in the wall there, and then it was interesting to me here. You can see where they carved out the rock right here. Obviously a jam, a timber in there, which corresponded to something over here. Not sure why they would have done that. Normally you see that in a stope or something where they're making a series of platforms to run up. Got an ore chute right here with a bin attached to it. This is actually really cool. What's that pipe next to it?
That's air vent. Look straight up.
Is it really?
Yeah, it goes up.
Goes on a huge stope?
Yeah, the stove's plugged, but that's open. You had a ferret.
Yeah, we need ferrets. We need mine ferrets.
Small monkeys would suffice.
Okay, well, cool ore chute with an ore bin that runs all the way up there. And then the adit keeps going that way. Just crawled through there to come into this chamber. Pretty substantial chamber. I'll show you more in a second. Definitely ramped up the heat and humidity. There's a winds, cool. So cool winds dropping down. Okay, I'm gonna slide over here and get a better view of everything. So there's a better view of the winds dropping down. You see the remains of a ladder there. And I'm standing on what's left of the hoist station. There's some of the infrastructure there. And then this is what's left where the hoist was. And I'm on a weird little trestle thing right now that's kind of actually really undercut. There's a better view of it.
Oh, wow.
And then, oh wow, he just looked up and observed that this stope is covered, or this chamber is covered in pick marks all through there. Those are pick marks.
Probably to make room for the rope. Yeah, carving out the.
And looks like there's a failed stope and stoles up there. Here's a view of some of the infrastructure. See a roller right there. And then that's covered in grease and oil. See that? And then there's more drifting going back this way. All right, looking ahead, we're going down this drift before we head down that winds. There's another look at that stope that failed above us. At least we're not crawling anymore. There's dead end and a cool steel door. Looks like one of the doors in the old Wells Fargo building or something.
Yeah. Oh, it's a skip.
Oh, it's what's left of a skip.
Tool skip, it looks like. Well,
Pretty big for a tool skip.
pretty small for an old skip, though, and the inside looks pretty decent. I don't know.
Leave that in the unknown category. There's a raise failed, run up to the surface, or toward the surface, I should say. So we've got another winds here from the look of things. Anchor bolt, perhaps. Oh yeah. Now this one's a little sportier. Huge chamber here. Wow.
Oh, wow.
And really cool infrastructure running up out of this chamber. Wow. Okay, so one of the guys is going to run up there, obviously. Small Jake. Should run up there.
Why did you change it small?
Small seems appropriate today. And oh, this is cool. So that must be huge because you got that winds right there. But then if you look at the size of this station, that must have been a huge winds. Because that is a big, big station down there. You can see all the grease spattered on the back. Wow, that was huge. That's probably 20 feet across. So I imagine there's some impressive stuff down there. And like I said, there's that spot looking up. And then I've got to get down and trade places with these guys and show you more of what's down there. There's looking down the winds. It almost looks like we can see the bottom, but that could be a bunch of stuff that got plugged down there.
Oh boy, we're going.
We're gonna do a rock test here.
Well, if it's not caved in now, we're gonna take care of that.
This rock's gonna bust
Well,
into a
let me
million
get over
pieces. You
here.
ready?
Hold on, wait.
It's a really crumbly rock, so.
Okay, go ahead. It wasn't much of a rock, was it?
Look at a ball of clay.
That stuff's still going. Huh. I mean, that other one obviously looked a lot easier to go down. Hopefully that other one ties into this one. You know what I mean? Okay, I just screwed around that winze on that sketchy board right there. That's where I was standing earlier. And I came back here because there's this drift here. Got one going to the right, one going to the left. You can see they had rail in here. See where the track ties were. 37. They just seem more like survey marks though than cool miners graffiti. I think I already made that point earlier. Speaking of surveys though, the modern surveyors have been busy back here as well. They really worked this one over. Man, there are ribbons hanging all over the place. Okay. Well, I started doing the right-hand rule. So, okay. I'm glad that's backfilled. I don't feel like crawling anymore. Especially if we're gonna go down that winze. It's probably gonna involve a lot of crawling. And from the way they were talking, it's probably gonna be me that goes down that. Okay, it's getting damp again. I feel like I'm walking on a lot of clay. I got some strap rail, it looks like. Survey. Super busy with the survey. All right, ran that out. I'll go back to the last junction and let's pick up there. All right, there's that winze again. That's where we came in from. Now I've got this big airline. I think that airline came out of the winze and just got tossed back here. I don't think that it was used back here. Huh. Okay. Backfilled to the top. And backfilled, but not to the top, but still backfilled. Okay, I'm gonna make my way back to that first winze and scout that out. Back at that first winze. The others went outside to grab some rope, but it really doesn't look that bad to me, so I'm gonna start dropping down that, and if it gets vertical, I'll stop and wait. But at least as of now, for about the 100 feet or so that I can see, it doesn't look bad, so I'm gonna give it a shot. I just dropped down this winze here and have hit a winze station. The winze keeps dropping down. You can see there's a ore chute there and keeps dropping down. Looks like it gets a lot steeper right about there. We'll see in a minute, because meanwhile there's this drift level behind me to check out. Dead end right there. Hard to tell what that is. And I hope I didn't already hit the end right here. Oh, it's just some gobbing. I thought that when I backfilled the drift. Cool mineralization. A little exploratory stope. Cool mineralization continues. Still going. I want to see some cool artifacts and stuff. At least I'm not crawling. I'll take that. Wow. I'm impressed with the colors. Little backfilled cross cut. And this keeps going. Okay. Something right in front of me. So, a little pocket there. Backfilled drift. It's about 4 inches right there, so I'm not going to do that one. Got something dropping vertically down. See that hole right there? It keeps dropping way past that. And here, it looks like, I'll bet this is that other Winze. See all the, ooh, it's undercut. I can't get too close to that. You see all the infrastructure here that has come crashing down from above. That upper Winze is up there. And things have kind of gotten hung up on here. There must have been a wind station here. Keeps going. I can't tell if that's just a chamber over there or if the drift keeps going or not. This, ooh, I don't have any rope with me. Ooh, that might be plugged. I think that's plugged, you guys. This, sorry. I'm looking at it and not looking at the screen. I think this is plugged. I want to get a closer look, but oh god, this is really sketchy. I can't really go down that because I'm going to fall off that and everything's going to start falling down on top of me. And this that I'm standing on now is severely undercut, so I'm hesitant to get too close. Oh, man. It looks plugged, but I just can't be sure. Yeah, that's really hard to tell. However, that other one that I came down was not plugged, and that kept going. So if the others catch up with the rope, we can maybe drop down that one. So I'm gonna head back and wait for the rope, see what we can do with it. I made it down to the next Winze station, and it wasn't bad at first, but it got bad at the end, as in almost vertical on a rotten ladder with just a hand line. So that's where I came down from. And like I said, that section not so bad, last section bad. Dry rotted ladder, got stopes on either side of me. The Winze keeps dropping down. It's almost vertical at this point, and there are no more ladders. So this is as far as I'm going to be able to go today, because I used up our rope and have got the rest of my harness and climbing gear and such outside. Got the remains of a dynamite box here, something that just pinches out right there. Looks like a miner's shirt right there. And in front of me, there's that chamber right there. I don't know if that's just a stope or what that is. So I'm gonna go check that out. Next to my backpack here is a tamping stick. And again, here's a view of the wind station. I didn't show that adequately before. So I'm gonna go scout this out. You see how the earth, the dirt is collapsing away around the Winze? That's not really what you want to see either. So I'm gonna go check out that chamber behind me real quick and see how things look. I just dropped down from there. Obviously some sort of drift level here. These might just all tie into stopes, but the way to find out is to check. Looks like some Yeah, some grease on the rails, some gobbing right there, more gobbing, kind of a sketchy stope. Pretty good pathway. This pathway here leading down like that. This stope looks like goes down there and pinches out, but hard to say. And this section ties into that little pinched out pocket I showed you before. This way we don't know about yet. Little stoper raise. Back to crawling. Little dead end pocket. Yeah, I don't know if this one's worth coming back to yet or not. Just seeing where this goes. I feel like I feel some airflow. So I'm wondering if this ties into the other one. That, I think that's the bottom right there. Either way, I don't think I'm going down that. A little too steep to get back out without rope. It's definitely wet here. See, there was some rail. We're just bending our way around. It's cooler here. That was just some water. First time I've seen water on this trip, and on mine. Okay, I got some rail. I think this is probably the end. Yep. Looks like a failed stope chamber. But I am gonna have to check. I just crawled in from there and it doesn't go anywhere. This is the bottom. No sign that he kept going, but look what's over my head. That is pretty substantial. I'm wondering, given the distance I walked and such, if that connects to that other Winze, the steep one with all the failed infrastructure. I bet that's what that is, or ties into. Okay, I've come back to that spot. We just looked down there. I've come back to that spot where there's this good trail leading down. So now we're gonna see where this miner's trail leads to. Ah, it is damp down here. That might be the dead end right there. It looks like a face, or actually, it looks like a cave-in. Yeah, that is caved. Let's see here. Okay, face is out right there. And I'm gonna have to go back and look and see what this is. Seems like a stope chamber. That is the end right there. Trust me, I leaned down, I can see the back. That's the end right there. That's the end right there. So go back and check out the last section. All right, we just looked down that section. Now we've got this middle section, which seems like a stope. Yeah, this is a stope. And that is filled in, as in nowhere to go. So got that one last drift to check out. We just checked out that stope. Now I've got this last drift to examine. Man, the humidity down here is pretty unreal. Okay. Oh, I thought this was just a pocket, but it's not. It's not just a pocket. Might be the end there. Yeah. Okay, that's the end of that. I'll pick up back over here. Just look down there to the left. I waited to turn the camera on because I had to climb over this stope chamber. Nothing there. That's the end right there. And that's the end right there. So, it's as far as we can go today. And going deeper, got to come back with more rope and all the harness and everything else. We just finished looking around back there, and I was taking another look at the winds before heading up it, and I think it's plugged down there. The rail keeps going down there, which would make me think it's not a sump, but I guess it could be. But I think that's the bottom. I tossed a rock down there too, and it sounded really solid. So I don't know if enough debris has gone down that plugged it or what, but I think that is as far as one could go anyway. I think that's more vertical than it looks on the camera. I'm looking at it through the screen right now. It doesn't look as steep as it is. A bunch of broken infrastructure here. I could climb down to there without the rope, but past that, it's just nothing I can do with that, unfortunately, just to verify that. But yeah, I don't think this is one that's worth coming back to. Haven't seen any equipment or anything like that. I still gotta get up this sketchy ladder too. I couldn't film it because I had my hands full, but it's so rotten that the rungs were just popping off the ladder as I come down. I actually had to pick them up and put them back in place because the nails just pulled right out from the rot. So it'll be interesting getting back up. I'm glad I got the hand line at least. That's where I'm going. Wrapping up the day hiking out, and I noticed this tortoise shell here on the ground. Obviously been here a long time, since the individual segments have broken off of a lot of it. But I have to say I have not seen tortoise shell out in the desert before like this. Interesting. I don't know enough about tortoises to know how old that might be, but that's pretty cool.